Today I'm going to be watching this video. It's called German 24-hour ration taste test. Unpacking Typ 1, 2, I guess it is, but yeah, I've been watching some videos about military rations recently, and it's quite cool to learn about the different things that soldiers eat in different countries. It really varies quite a lot around the world, and interested to see what German soldiers eat. If you've ever been in the military, know of anybody that has, tell me what their opinion or your opinion is on the food. But yeah, let's check this out. We can see.
Greetings, my beautiful lovelies. Hi, it's Emmy. Welcome back to another MRE tasting. Today I have an international ration, and it is this heavy one. And this ration was very kindly sent to me by lovely viewer Max. Max, thanks so much for sending this to me. I'm super excited to have my first taste of a German ration. If you've missed my previous ration tastings, I shall put the playlist in the description. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Packaged in a nice brown box. Okay, inside are a list of contents written in English, German, and in French. So unlike my Russian tasting, I'll actually know what I'm eating. So sugar, I think these are matches, coffee extract, an orange drink, grapefruit drink, more sugar, coffee whitener, more coffee. Looks like those are biscuits. Tea extract, 2 tins of potted meat here. Large plastic bag, another plastic bag a little bit smaller. Paper towels, nice and large, like that. These are our main entrees. Another packet of biscuits. These look like they might be jams. This one's margarine, chocolate. Little packet of chewing gum, water tablets, wet naps. Nice. Lovely package. I'm gonna assume this is a 24-hour ration because there's tons and tons of food here. These are fully cooked, so they can be eaten cold, but I'm sure much more enjoyable eaten warm. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop these into some boiling water so they can heat up. Okay, be right back. So now that I've plopped my entrees into their hot water baths, let's try some other things. So this is the first ration I've ever had that contains water purifying tablets. So out of curiosity, I wonder if these have any taste. So I've got roughly 1 liter of water here. Very, very small tablet. There it is. Right, so I'm gonna let that purify and then I'll taste it at the very end. This is tea extract. Doesn't look like it has a bag or anything. So there it is. It's pretty dark. It actually smells a lot like those Lipton's iced teas. I just noticed this ration does not contain a spoon. Most rations I've had have some kind of plastic spoon, but this one does not. I guess it assumes that a German soldier has their own spoon and fork set or something. Cheers. Wow. That's very, very bitter. Very, very strong. I suspect that this probably needs to be diluted a bit more. To make that a little bit better, I'm gonna add some sugar, sweeten that up a little bit. Coffee Weiser, which is coffee whitener. Ooh, that has a bit of a yellow color to it. I guess that's a bit of an improvement. It tastes kind of oily now. And now let's make a cup of coffee. And here is our little coffee extract. This too, I imagine, is going to be just like a freeze-dried powder. Indeed, it smells just like some of those instant coffees. Oh, yeah. Tastes a little burnt. Not exactly delicious, but tastes exactly like the instant coffees that you would find here. It's passable, but it's hot and out in the field. I'm sure this is amazing. This ration included 2 packages of biscuits. So let's go ahead and open that up. Pretty thick. And all in one piece, great. 10 cakes in each package, and there are 2 of these, so 20 cakes altogether. Has a pretty neutral smell, doesn't smell like much. Let's try one plain. And those actually aren't too bad. They kind of remind me of teething biscuits, although they're not as sweet. Nice crunchy texture, but could easily be eaten sweet or savory. A little dry, but not bad. Have it with a little coffee. It's actually pretty good with coffee. It reminds me of those MRE biscuits. Let's take this hardtack and put it into the savory realm by tasting it with these potted meats. So this one's called Beverages, and that sounds like some sort of like liverwurst or pate. I liked how the meat is actually embossed. Isn't that great?
Oh, yeah.
And it smells just like Vienna sausage, just kind of porky and a little bit of spice. Oh. I like that. Nice and meaty and porky, a little bit livery, but not overly gamey. Nice and smooth and spreadable. Doesn't taste greasy or fatty, and it goes really well with those crackers too. Please excuse my terrible German. I think that's a Schmaltzfleisch. Schmaltz, is that like chicken fat? Maybe this is a poultry spread. I'm gonna have to sharpen my knife after this. If we compare it to the pork, it's much lighter in color.
That one, yeah, the one on the left definitely looks more appetizing for me. I feel like this one might taste better than it looks, but it doesn't really look that great. I love patty, so patty's one of my favourite things. This actually looks quite... I would eat this normally, never mind being a soldier. Yeah, how popular is patty in Germany?
I'm assuming that's pork, I'm not exactly sure. All right, let's try that. And that too has a really nice, soft, spreadable consistency. A little bit of spice, but it tastes exactly like those tins of chicken. Same exact kind of cooked chicken tin flavor to it. Not bad, but I definitely prefer the Bierwurst to this one. So those crackers are a little bit dry. Let's wash that down with a beverage. We have grapefruit and orange. I've never had a grapefruit before, and so I am intrigued. It says to dissolve in 250 cc's of water. It seems like a lot of beverage powder for 1 cup. This almost looks like instant lemonade in color. Smells like it too. A little bit like vitamin B as well. Kind of metallic smell to it. Interesting. Cheers. Ooh, the concentration and levels of sugar and sour in there I think is just right. I think what I found surprising is because this is grapefruit, there's a little bit of bitterness to it. Kind of reminds me of tonic water or something. A little bit of quinine, a little bit of bitterness in there. Nice. Let's try the orange one next. This one has a slight orange color, not as bright yellow as the grapefruit. That's great. Again, the concentration is just right. There's a good amount of sourness in there as well. It tastes more natural than a lot of instant orange flavored drinks I've had before, and really, really quenching. This one is not at all bitter. Probably one of the best instant beverages I've ever had. So let's give our entrees a taste. I'm gonna grab it out of the boiling water here. Bauerntopf, not sure what that is. German friends, do chime in down below what this lovely thing is going to be. It smells good. Maybe some cabbage I'm smelling? Okay. Oh, yes. And that looks like some kind of stew. Some carrots and peas in there.
That as well. That looks nice.
The sauce is actually really cheesy. It's not bad. The vegetable.
That's the thing is different is like sometimes I've seen these entrees. A lot of countries have the freeze-dried food that you add water to, and it's like you mix it up and then the food comes from that, or something dry. But this one, I mean that might be how it starts, but this looks a lot more hearty and wholesome. Like it looks a lot more real than a lot of the food I've seen before. That actually looks tasty, man.
Vegetables are very well cooked. They're very, very, very soft, and the meat has a little bit of resilience, but still quite tender. Like the potted meats, this too is not overly salted. Let's have it on a cracker. It's definitely an improvement to have it on the cracker because you've got some textural things happening there. You've got the crunch of the cracker to go along with a very, very soft stew. So it makes it a little bit more interesting. Okay, let's try the next one.
Crackers, I guess this is how they're supposed to be used.
Grünen Bohnen und Kartoffeln. Ooh, another stew. Looks like this might be beef, and this too has some vegetables, has some potatoes, green beans, and carrots. I like the flavor of this one better. It's savory, a little bit more salty, and a strong flavor of green bean. Again, in my opinion, much better on a cracker. I really like the textural contrast that happens between the cracker and the stew. Let's open up our jams, and this is margarine or margarine. Whoa, wow, just got that everywhere. Erdbeeren, I think that's strawberry. Johannisbeer, I'm not sure what that is. Let's put a little jam on there.
I feel like you need to have strong teeth to eat these crackers, but it sounds so fun.
Here's one of my large paper towels. Indeed, that is strawberry jam. Nice and sweet and full of strawberry flavor. The margarine adds a little bit of richness to the very, very hard hardtack, but still pretty good. All right, let's try this jam. I'm not sure what this one is. So I don't think that's prune. It has little tiny seeds in it. Whoa. It's sweet and fruity and has a little bit of acid to it and a little bit of bite from the seeds in there, but I don't know what fruit that is. German friends do share with me what the name of this fruit is. It's delicious. For more dessert, let's try this. This is chocolate, and this is a chocolate bar, 500 grams, double wrapped in foil. Oh, looks like the chocolate bloomed a little bit, but it'll still taste like chocolate.
Sounds and looks like
sadly, the blooming has affected its texture. It's hard, but it's a little bit crumbly in texture. It's quite sweet. I think it's kind of a hybrid between a milk and a dark chocolate. So chocolate is a welcome addition to any meal in my book. So having a little chocolate bar in this MRE is a great addition. All right, let's continue. So this is Dandy chewing gum. I love that it says what it is.
Yeah, again, why like the design and font of these things looks like very 70s or even 60s, something like that. Why does it all look so like old? And yeah, one thing I have seen in a lot of different MRE videos is they have some sort of mint or something like that. Is there like any sort of, is there a reason specifically why that is?
On the side, in big, big letters, peppermint.
Is this a popular brand in Germany as well?
Oh, look at that. 8 tablets in there.
Chewing gum is
it looks like a little chiclet gum. Pretty hard. That's a little piece of gum, nice and sweet, and surprisingly not as minty as I was expecting it to be. Yeah. Let's clean up with our BB tissue. Sadly, it is no longer wet. I have to say I really like the addition of these plastic bags. Really great way to clean up and keep things tidy. Let's try our Holzes, and these are matches, I believe. Really nicely wrapped and packaged in plastic to keep any moisture out. We have, oh, look at that. Very cute little hedgehog. Wow, look at those matches. Those are terrific. These are actually wooden matches. I've never seen matches like that before. And let's snap one of those off. Because the wood is so rigid, when you strike the match, you have enough structural integrity that doesn't bend over and sag like those sad cardboard matches do. Brilliant. And these are in great working order. I love the smell of matches. Nice. I almost forgot. Let's try my purified water. It definitely smells of chlorine. And it tastes like it too. But it's purified and pathogen free, so I am grateful. And I'm also grateful to you, Max, for sending me this ration. It was my very first taste of a German ration. And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys...
Yeah, tell me what you think. Is that like... I don't know how old it is, but you see like the chocolate and the napkin or whatever that was, how dry it was. I don't know how... It's like very old or what the age of it is, but I think the main thing is the main courses. Like they look very good. Like again, especially if you're out on some sort of like mission or you're out in the field, that's what you need. Like it looks very hearty, definitely filling. And those crackers, yeah, man. Again, need a strong mouth to eat them, but bringing everything there together, all the other pieces, the pate, the jam, the main course, you can eat that with everything, get your carbs. So, yeah, tell me what you think about this. Is this how the German MREs still are? Thanks.